What? Hold on.
Oh, look up Way Watcher.
Way Watcher.
It's they gave Malorn, they gave my title to people
Uh-huh.
in the game. Way Watcher, what it's Malorn the Way Watcher. You can go do a bunch of quests for it. You can pick up my boots. You can pick up my stuff.
Oh
Like
man.
I was huge.
If I'm gonna have to get into WoW, that's it. I'm done.
I was no. Well, I mean, like when WoW first came out, like that's when I was first like going to college, and I put myself and 12 other guys through college playing World of Warcraft.
Oh man.
Like that's what I did. I wrote my entire thesis statement about streaming.
About streaming.
Yes,
Man.
because back then it wasn't a thing, and I was like, no, streaming is going to change the media world, and like I proved it. Like I was one of the first big streamers. I was.
You weren't wrong about that. That was
Oh no, I fucking killed
unexpectedly
it.
huge on that one.
And like we were like no the whole stuff. Like I mean no, but World of Warcraft, and then I was one of the coaches for TSM when they won the World Championship for League of Legends. I used to own Pride Stark Empire, which was like a huge thing. We were world first in like so many games.
I think I've heard of that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we owned Pride Stark Empire. I used to run Super Smash Con. I used to I helped do DreamHack for 17 years.
DreamHack on its own is friggin' insane. Like I still remember looking at images of it of like the big rows of people playing.
Yeah, no, I helped run it for like almost 17 years.
Heck yeah.
I was like live events were my huge thing.
And that's way bigger than what we do. You've seen our size. Like DreamHack on its own is like the size of a ship.
No, yeah, we did Gamescom in Germany twice. I did the media for them. Like that's my career is that. Like I do the marketing for live events and huge events, and that's what I used to do.
Oh heck yeah.
And then COVID hit, and
things have changed since then.
My company went to hell, and the government had to bail me out. I literally got a government bailout. Like that's how legit my company was.
The world shut down. If you were in live events, it was a rough time. It was absolutely a rough time.
When actually, I'm going to tell a story on the stream about when COVID hit, because that's how I got into TTRPGs, which is really funny.
Oh yeah. Is that when it all spiked? Let me see here. So we are live now. Can everyone hear us? Are we good? It's D20 folks. What up, Mark?
Is there like a link or something?
Yeah, let me drop some links for you here.
I can get more people to come launch.
Get it. I'm going to drop the link in here. It's going to move our camera for a little bit. Say voila, there's that. And then, what was that? That was YouTube. So Twitch. It's weird that they don't have like a Twitch. It just goes to our I guess channel on here. Hola, can hear you on Twitch just fine. Perfect.
Okay.
D20 folks, love to see it. It's going to be me jumping and trying to look at Twitch or YouTube. Hopefully my computer doesn't die on the struggle over here. But we'll find out. So thanks everyone for coming. This is week 2 of interviewing the epic GMs that we've had the fortune to work with on a boat in the middle of the ocean playing D&D. So we're here with GM Waystark. We're gonna pick his brain a little bit, kind of get some wisdom, maybe have some laughs along the way, and then give away some seats. So with Waystark, we're gonna give away some 3 seats to run a one-shot with him. So if you like what you see here, we'll mention at the end of the cruise at the end of the stream how you can win a spot and play some games, and then maybe we'll get some more going there. So let's see, good there, here loud and clear. That's what we love to see on the used tubes. We love it here. So I guess should I go Waystark? Way? What's
Way? Way's my name.
Way. Way's my name. We can just go with your actual name. Your name sounds like a fantasy character.
I know.
You were destined for this.
So where's that?
Yeah, that's where it's at.
Let me tell you though, when like Game of Thrones came out, the amount of Stark jokes I got was insane. Oh. And what's funny though, because like you'd think that like the Tony Stark stuff would have hit first, like Marvel would have hit first, but
that's a damn good point. Like, why didn't it? It just skipped over and went straight to Game of Thrones.
You know, every once in a while, because like it was funny because like I used to joke that I was a futurist. Like that's what I always said. I was a futurist, and everybody was like, "Oh, that's cool," and I was like, "Nobody reads Marvel comics." And then like the second Game of Thrones became a thing, they're like, "Winter's coming," and they were like, "Oh, the King of the North," and I was like,
"The King of the North."
I was like, "How did this happen?"
You just skipped over. At least it's a good one too, right? So it's like you're either going to be like Tony Stark or the Noble House in Game of Thrones. I mean, you got kind of thrashed, right? But
I won in the end.
But fair game, yeah. You won in the end. That's right. So let's see. So I guess the first question. So you've been a GM with us for since 2023, is when we did our first sailing.
I was in the second.
Second sailing, so 2024. Nice. Yeah, that was actually the second we did 2024. 2023 was the first one, and we had 2025 recently. Now going to 2026 in April. I played Jon Sky in MMORPGs. People say I know nothing. Oh, Jon Snow.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, so when I guess to start it off is like, what got you into TTRPGs in the first place? Like the way Stark that you are now. We briefly talked about it before the show started, but like, what was
Yeah.
the first step where you're like, oh,
I
this
actually have like
D&D
a
thing?
I actually have like a freaking like wild story. Like, so I was like a huge esports person. Like, if you look up Pride Stark or Pride Stark Empire or even like Waywatcher, like that was like a big thing. Like my whole life was esports. I started streaming in 2005 before like Twitch was around. So like that was a huge part of my life. And then COVID hit, and my company back then was a live events company. So when COVID happened, actually, when COVID started, the day they announced COVID, I was in Hawaii helping run the Hula Bowl. And so when they announced that, like, hey, things are shutting down, I was like, wrap it up, we're going home. And like, so during COVID, we had to like pivot and everything had to become online. And so I had to get like these investors and I had to like figure out how to like change my company from being live events to Discord,
Oh
which
man.
let me tell you, everybody was like, no. And I was like, well, I still need money, you jerks.
We have
And
to
so
survive.
like we were figuring it out. And I had this one investor who was like, you know what? I really believe in this. I'm gonna fly out, we're gonna eat dinner and we're gonna talk about it. So he flew out. We were doing really good, and we actually went to see Spider-Man, which is really funny. It was like it had just come out, and I was taking him home. We were driving home to the airport, and as I was getting on the highway, this guy behind a tractor trailer truck fell asleep, hit us going 90, rolled my car like 5 or 6 times, and crushed the left side of my body.
Oh my god.
To the point where like I had to relearn to walk. I still, and when you all see me, I still have like a helper with me all the time. Her
Yeah.
name's Noah. She's my significant other, my partner. But
Yeah.
like I have to have somebody with me all the time because there's a chance that my leg locks up and that's it. I just can't move anymore.
Oof.
And so like you have to think like my whole life changed immediately. Actually, at one point they were talking to me. They wanted to give me a prosthetic for my left hand, and I was like, no, go away. And they're like, well, there's a really good chance you're never using it again. I was like, well, you don't know me, go away. And well, that didn't happen, so that's cool.
Nice. Good
But
call.
yeah, but so while I was like depressed and down because I couldn't do anything, like you have to think I went from being like one of the better gamers of multiple genres and running a gaming company to not be able to use my left hand.
Yeah.
So like I'm sitting there and I'm like wallowing and like honestly I was like very depressed. And one of my friends drove over to my house. She drove like 16 hours to get there. And she walks in and throws all these books on my chair. And she's like, so anyway, we're gonna start playing D&D next week, and you're the DM. And I was like, go away.
Yeah.
And she's like, nope, you're the DM. I hope you figured it out. And she turned my TV on to Critical Role. I had never seen it before, ever heard of it in my life. And I'm watching these people play this thing on YouTube, and I was like, I'm not doing this. And I went to sleep. I literally no. And I like rolled over. And then literally like all these people started messaging me like, oh yeah, I like to play in your game. I like to play in your game. I was like, what the fuck? Like, so I was like forced to be a DM. And then
Man.
I started and I literally fell in love with it. Like it
Mhm.
became like us telling a story together, and the way like I brought all these people together. I now live in a house of 5 people that we started that day playing together, and now all of us like live in a house together so we can keep playing.
Oh, the dream.
Like from there I worked with I do start playing games, but I also worked with Infinite Stories for the past couple of years. They're building this huge like place where you can come together and like creators can come and do stuff and kind of get away from like the AI side of things, so that it's like there's no AI, and it's you should look it up. It's awesome. But then working with you guys was like a huge dream too. Like when you guys picked me up, I was like, yes, I get to go to the cruise and tell people about the stuff. And I was like, but that's literally how it happened. Like that's what it was.
Oh man. Well, I guess that kind of leads into it. So like, what was maybe not the cruise. 'Cause it seems like you got thrown like straight yeeted into the deep end of DMing or
Yes.
TTRPG. So good on that, because man, whew, that's one hell of a way to start. So as far as like professional GM goes, when did I asked GM Tim this last week? So like, what was your very first game where someone said, "I'm going to give you money to be my GM," and then how did you physically react, emotionally react to preparing for that?
It's actually really funny. Like, I wasn't expecting it. I had been playing with a couple of these people for a while, like my friends or whatever. Like these people, I say my friends because now they're like my found family. Like
Yeah,
honestly, all of them are found family now. But like it was COVID. We were playing like at one point we were playing like every other day for like 7 hours a day because nobody had anything to do during COVID.
yeah.
But like COVID was ending, and I was like, damn, I didn't look for a job because I used to own my own company and I just had stuff and I was doing my stuff and I paid for my rent up front for 3 years. So I was just chilling. And so like I was like, oh man, I should probably like do something. And I realized like I'm still learning, I'm still going through like I was like still learning to walk again. And my group of friends were like, well, don't stop DMing. And I was like, well, I might have to take a break to go figure out some stuff. And then literally all of them got together and pulled a bunch of money and like sent it to me. And I was like, why would you do this? And they were
Damn.
like, because, and what actually one of my friends said something like amazing to me. And it really stuck with me and hit me that's why like I think professional GMing is like worthwhile.
Mhm.
She was like, I need you to understand, me and my brother have a standing date where we would go to the movies every weekend.
Mhm.
And that was how me and that was she's like, that's how me and my brother like stick together and do stuff. She was like, but instead of that, we've been playing this with you.
Oh
And
man.
because this is like a movie that was crafted and created for us.
Yeah. Heck
And
yeah.
so they were like, well, think about it. Normally we'd spend, you know, $50 a week to go to the movies. Like I said, we
Easy.
just we just decided we'll send it to you.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, I cried. I was like, y'all are
I
amazing. No,
wasn't
shut
ready for
up.
that.
Shut up, man. Like,
Yeah.
but like it was cool. And then my first like official thing, I went on start playing and I was like, I guess we could throw something up and see what happens. And then like it like just hit. Like people were like, yo, I'd love to play Strahd with I want to do this. And I was like, okay, cool. Yeah. And like the anxiety of like it's really weird. I'm a huge extrovert. So like I love being the center of attention, but like the anxiety of like walking into like 5 new people that have never met you before and then being like, all right, guys, it's $20 a day to be here.
There's a
now I'm
fee to
gonna
get in
talk.
the club.
Now I'm gonna talk at you. And
Yeah.
like but like everybody being like, but then all of them left me huge reviews and like, dude, it's just I don't know, man. It felt good. It was
It's
crazy.
and it is kind of crazy. So like you just got straight thrown into the field, and then kind of just ran with it. It seems like you have that personality
Yeah.
after what we talked about. Is like you're a rare persona for that, which is kudos on that, man. Like what you've gone through here. So I guess it's really good then for from everything that you've experienced in doing this. What's your setup process like for GMing? I'm interested in knowing like just the variants that we have. Like, do you do a lot of GM prep? Do you do like improv? You clearly get good
So
reviews because we've had nothing but raving reviews for you, of course. So,
so what's funny is unless it is something like Strahd,
hmm,
everything I do is set in the same universe.
hmm,
So any game you play, any one shot, any like weird little thing you play is set in the same world that I've built. And it all affects each other. And even like, and you can and like what's crazy is like I'll have players that like have played with me for years, and their PCs will meet their other PCs, the NPCs later. And like you just run into things, or like, oh, that person got this like great artifact and it affected this thing, or this city like burnt to the ground because of this. And then other people will be like doing stuff in the city will be burning over there, and you're like, what the fuck? But because it's one giant world that is sandboxed to where like no matter what you choose to do, stuff is also happening elsewhere. It's kind of like every day is prep.
oh yeah, you're living it
Like
at that point. You're living dual
like
realities.
And if I was being real with you, like I could just reach over here and grab a bunch of my prep, and then if I was to move, there's like drawers of it over there. Like it's just I have all the prep because
Oh man.
every game that's ever played involved, like for instance, last year on the cruise ship,
Hmm.
each of my groups played through this whole thing where they were there was this giant tree that took over a continent, and everybody and all the characters were marching to it, and stuff happened. And they woke up and realized that, oh wait, this giant march to this tree is killing everybody, and we need to get away. Those people who got away and got on, they got on this boat. They did this whole thing. They're the first characters to ever leave that continent, and their characters affected all of my in-house games for this past year.
Oh, that's super cool. I personally, as a player and GM, is I love that same kind of thing as like continuity and persistence. It
Yep.
just adds more weight to pretty much everything, really. I mean, it's the game for a GM. Your hard drive up here though has to be like maxed out with the details the more and more that you build it out, huh?
I'm having a ball.
I'm having a ball, living the dream.
Well, because my intention honestly is I want to do a Kickstarter, and I want to have a big compendium made up,
Yeah,
and everybody who ever helped, everybody who ever played in the game, I'm going to thank,
yeah,
and I'm going to show like everything. Like this is the world that we all built together. Please share it with everybody. I'd love everybody to go play with it.
yeah. Even us. I mean, if you get that up and running, you let us know. We'll share the hell out of that thing. That
Oh yeah,
sounds
no,
super cool.
it's my goal for the year.
Yeah. Oh hell yeah. We
For
got a tangible
2026,
goal.
it will happen in 2026. I
Oh
guarantee.
yes.
Actually, officially on Monday, I have a meeting with Jay Africa to talk to him about that type of stuff.
Hey, good old Jay.
So,
I think he's next.
I gotta call him out. He's my boy.
Yeah, I couldn't be happier with all of you guys. Like, I wish I'm glad about this is because I get to chat with y'all more, learn a bit about you. Because like, you know what it is on the cruise. Like, you guys are running around doing your games. I'm like living in the dungeon next to the printer. Like,
Dude, I did 3 tables last year.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I was like, yeah. You also had some of the big like merged games too. I think you.
I did a 17-person table for my
Yep.
put out.
17 people, tiny little group. I can't even imagine that one there. Said, up zombie zombie Hope Biscuit said I would back that. Drunken Panda said that sounds awesome.
Yo, that's awesome.
Shy Guy Spirit, oh I love this. I played a game that does this tabletop game called Legion. The developers say the games are interconnected. I gotta check that
Yeah,
out. That sounds
Legion
cool.
fire.
Is it? Oh shit.
Yeah.
Well, now the cruise work is gonna suffer because I have to play this thing that has 2 recommendations. So I guess it kind of led to a question that I would have asked before is like if you prefer pre-made content or homebrewed, which I understand the answer now. I may not even need to ask that, but you did mention
Yeah.
Strahd, so that got a
Yeah.
notable exception.
So I specifically have I left Dungeons and Dragons, and I've been running Daggerheart since before they announced Daggerheart, actually, which is really funny because I was invited to the friends and family round of Daggerheart stuff.
Nice.
So I've been like playing Daggerheart since before like Daggerheart was named Daggerheart. And ever since then, like that's all I've run. I mean the cruise specifically, we ran D&D, but it was only because it wasn't like big enough to like say
Yeah.
for me to go to people and be like, don't you want to play Daggerheart and stuff? Like you know what I mean? Like, but now Daggerheart's the only thing I run, and I converted the entire Strahd thing to Daggerheart.
Oh heck yeah.
And when I converted it over, I was like, you know what? Let's throw this up and start playing and run some people through it. And I had this group run through it, and they were like, "This is wild," because Daggerheart, one of the cool things about it is there's only magical damage or physical damage. You don't have the plethora of other damages.
Okay.
And you have to think, like, when you get to Strahd, normally he's vulnerable to certain types of things, but because of that, a bunch of them had played Strahd before, and when they got there, they were like, "This is not the same animal."
He doesn't have the little nuance. Now he's got 2
like,
things.
These are not the same things, and like, man, I don't know. But also, Daggerheart allows you to be like way more cinematic with things, and that's why like I love it because it's just.
Let me tell you, we microwave Strahd.
Yeah, man. Okay, you know what? I'll tell a story.
There you go. Go for it.
So there's an item in Daggerheart's like old manual, or like the very first like thing they gave out, and it's called bonding honey. And
Bond.
as a joke, I let somebody find some on the first episode, the very first episode of the game. They find this bonding honey stuff, and what it does is if it touches a surface and another surface, that those surfaces are magically welded together, basically.
Oh no.
And but until you like literally have to like, it's not like a dispel thing. It's like you have to go get it like decursed.
Oh no.
It's like a huge thing.
Yeah.
It's a very like that's it. And so like for one, we had a character that was holding on to his liquor bottle with bonding honey for like 8 months. But then like later on, we get to the Strahd fight, the actual Strahd fight, and they're fighting him. And when he dies, he goes back to his sarcophagus, and like they're sitting next to the sarcophagus, and one of them goes, "Can I bond the top of the sarcophagus to the thing?" And I was like, "With what?" And they're like, "We still have some of the bonding honey." I was like, "Fuck, what?" And so one of the things they also had is they had this little ball. They had this little like sunlight grenade. So they threw the grenade and bonding honey the top of it, and just watched him microwave.
The
And
bane
I
of
was like,
GMs, the old obscure item in the
"Yeah,
inventory that someone kept.
yeah." So that's what they're talking about.
Literally microwaved them. I love that.
Whoever
That's
said that, if whatever it was, yes, they microwave Strahd, and they skipped an entire like because I had it as a 3-part fight, and let me tell you, the second part of the fight never happened. He just microwaved.
the second part of the fight is decursing it and cleaning the microwave, I guess, at that
Right?
point. Get in there with that deep clean scrub.
It was so silly.
Oh my god. So for what because I've never played Daggerheart, what makes Daggerheart more cinematic than say like D&D?
Oh, so when D&D happens, like when you go into combat, you're like roll initiative.
Hmm.
There's no initiative in Daggerheart. Everybody, as a group, decides what they're gonna do, and then you have these like hope and fear dice. And if you roll on fear, then I get to interject. It's about like one of my characters. But as a group, you decide what you're gonna do. And there's like team attacks and like joint attacks and like different little things.
Oh,
But
that's
what you
cool.
do as a DM, you hear like, okay, so like say player A and player B wants to do a team attack where he like throws her up in the air and they shoot the arrows, and then the one guy comes in the side with the axe, and one person's like shooting like a barrier up, and then you've got like you as a DM have to go, okay, so because of that, this is what my people are going to do when they're spotlighted, and you just tell the story around the fight.
Oh, that makes sense because it's sequential now at that point based on
Right.
like the actions and all that.
Right. And so what you do is you just have a little counter of fear. We have like the fear counter is what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
And that allows me to like activate other abilities and do things for my characters and the NPCs. But like it becomes like this whole story as it's written, as it's happening. And fights actually go really fast. But everybody's like, oh, shoot. And then also, unlike D&D, when you go down, you die.
Oof.
Like there's like you have 3 choices,
Yeah.
and like you can choose not to die, but like you're done in the fight. Let me tell you that much.
You're just out.
And like it's pretty cool because like it makes death have like this real weight to it, but it also makes healing way more important. And healers in Daggerheart are few and far in between. Like a lot of your heals are like one-time use for the day.
Ooh, shoot. You better hope you don't have a lot of people hitting the ground.
You're like, dude, what am I doing? Well, one of the cool things about if you die, you can choose to go out on a blaze of glory where you get to choose one action and it's a critical success no matter what.
Oh, man.
So I've had players be like, yeah, I'll die, and I'm going to pull myself through the sword and grab him by his head and headbutt him until I go down.
That must have been option 2 if the bonding honey didn't exist. Jump in the casket with him. Solar grenades.
Jesus, for real.
No, that's really cool though. I didn't know that it kind of worked like that.
I love Daggerheart. I mean, I fell in love with it. You can go on our YouTube channel and watch tons of the playthroughs of it.
While we're there, what is your YouTube channel?
If you look up Until Ragnarok on anything, you'll find it. That's my crew is Rolling Until Ragnarok.
Rolling Until Ragnarok. That's rad. Yeah, we'll make sure to add that in here because we'll have notes. We have a couple of the dudes on here, so we can make a post afterwards, so you guys can check it out. And cool on Daggerheart on that. So, we kind of covered this before, but like, is there any? This is probably got to be a hard one. Is there any standout memories you have in game, like ones where you just like ended the game and it just hung with you for a while? for game action? You already mentioned a couple where I'm like, well, shit, that's gonna smoke this question.
So it's funny because like I have a group that has been playing together since early COVID, and the ending of my first campaign, which it's funny because like I look back on my first campaign and it feels like it lasted forever, but then you go and look and it was like, nope, that was 4 months, and you're like, oh, but we played like 4 times a week for 16 hours a day, and so that made it seem like it went forever. But the ending of my first campaign and me attempting to just let people play this game and have a moment and do like I want to spotlight right, but it was like Cthulhu. That was the big bad guy,
Okay.
and they were like they were supposed to help the god of well, okay. So the god of chaos talked everybody into helping him because what happened was Cthulhu was eating like the world of the void, and so all my players hit level 20 because he was like, I'm gonna give you power to help me and do this ritual. And they're all like, yeah, man, we're gonna help the god of chaos. He's gonna help us fight. He's the last god, so of course he's gonna help us. He doesn't want to get eaten,
Yeah.
so he's gonna help us fight this thing from the beyond, and it's gonna be this big deal. And they're doing this big ritual, and it was like an 8 hour, like we had people go down during it and like die for real.
Man.
And we had this one guy who when he died, him and this orc died fighting these giant elder dragons, and the joke was that like there was a tear through the void and you could see like thousands of dragons coming through, and they were like, fuck it, we're gonna die like heroes, and they jump into the thing like, and like we had this whole sad moment where like that was the like we jokingly say that like because of how much blood they shed, they became a constellation of red stars in the sky. And like it's there in all of my games.
Yeah.
And but the funny thing was like he's the god of chaos, like you're helping one of the evil gods. So the god does this ritual and he's like, I really want to thank you all, and he turns into this tree and it dissolves and just blips out of existence, and it leaves all of them there.
Oh.
And he's like, don't worry, I got away because of you, and I thank you. And all my players are like, wait, what the fuck? And then they all just start dying. And the campaign ended with me killing all of them but one.
Damn.
And each of them have this huge moment of fighting Cthulhu, and the rogue was like, yo, there's no more existence left. It was like this little piece. And he's like, I'm just gonna jump off and I'm gonna fight. And then he goes, and he looks at me and goes, yo, could I do extra damage if I give up levels? And I was like, sure. So he's like, cool, I'll go to level 2. And he just swings hard and he hits a crit.
Yeah.
Last thing, he rolls a crit, big, huge damage. And so that campaign linked up to the next one. And I had him fall through Cthulhu's eye, and he literally did enough damage to kill Cthulhu. And so as he falls through the dude's eye, the next campaign starts with him falling out of the air and hitting the ground at level 2. And everybody being like, and him just meeting a whole new group of people, and it started out.
So he was the continuity. It's like the world.
Was the continuity that kept it.
That's
and it
insane.
was beautiful, except for then like later on, there's all these things, and that was a big thing. And then like the Strahd thing is a big deal. There's also one of my favorite moments of like, this is actually such a small moment compared to like these big moments, but it's one that like I look back on and go, Jesus Christ, like. So we're playing Strahd, and it's like and one of my players plays this bard named Booty. She's like this cat that plays her scratching post as her instrument.
That's her instrument, is a scratching post?
Yeah, because that's what it is. And her each of them were playing something else, but Booty was like the bard, and she was like the face of the thing, and she was like, I'm a healer and doing the thing. And like they were playing Strahd, and they're walking in. It's like, Strahd's like the rainy, somber, like everything's edgy, like, and so like they're like walking down the street, and like everything is raining, and it's all crazy. And there's this guy, and he's like walking on the side of the road like this, and then he looks over, and it's a cat, and he's like, he's a werewolf, so he rips up into a werewolf, runs over and slams into Booty, and tears up.
Shit.
Does a shitload of damage to her.
Yeah.
But then literally everybody else was like, what? And they hit him so hard, he just went down. And I had spent like months leading up to the werewolves are a big deal. Like they are scary and they are fake crazy and they are a hard fight. They one rounded the crap out of this because every single one of them, like, you hit our bard, joint attack, crit,
That's it.
crit,
Yeah.
die. We had this one character named Generva, and she just like turns into like a weed whacker and just destroys the thing. And literally, like, this werewolf did not even get to speak. Like,
you didn't get a moment. Not
it
even
was
like, hey, chill,
done.
guys, my bad. Nope.
Like, and it was funny because, like, you know, as a DM, when you could be like, well, I could stretch how much HP this thing has so that it lives. There was no way he would have had to be the final boss. Like,
You're like, all this math happened too quickly for them not to
yeah,
notice it has 1,000 HP. Like,
it was too much. It was too much. I was like, it was so silly
you got
how much.
Zombie said John Wick time. Their party went like, oh hell no, you hit our cat.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's exactly what happened. Nilla, Feywild, or Nilla, the one, like, she, like, her character turned and was like, well, fuck this, and she was like, you, like, there was a monkey in their party too, she, like, this, like, a simian,
Yeah,
and she was like, you get over here, and she, like, used him as a weapon to kill this. It was crazy.
that's like a
It was
combo group attack.
right. It was the most insane thing. I was just like, all right, yeah, I get it. Werewolves aren't a big deal anymore.
You're like, well, I hyped them up. The hype didn't live up to it.
Yeah,
Worth it
did
though. They got
did not work.
straight body that werewolf. You know, sometimes you have it set up, and sometimes they set you up.
Yeah.
Most often, I guess, is the GM, right?
I got completely sidelined there because I was like, dude, their party, that's the same party that microwave Strahd to. Like, their party like sailed through Strahd, and it was not. And no matter how hard I made it, they were like, nah,
Yeah,
bro.
I don't know, with the like 8-month-old bonding honey, and then that
Yeah,
it's like there's nothing you could have feasibly done short of like hand of godding them. Like,
it was. What was funny is, like, at one point, the hardest. So at one point, we had the Simeon and this rogue climb up Strahd's tower while the rest of them are going through the castle.
yeah,
And they're like, we're gonna climb up the tower. We've got 7 million miles worth of rope because everybody gets rope for free. And, like, we're gonna climb up the tower. And so I had these, like, fucking gargoyles come to life. And I swear to you, a straight 45 minutes, both the gargoyles and the players could not hit each other. So we had this
oh
whole
my
joke
god,
that in silence on the tower, the gargoyles and the guys are just going back and forth fighting while everybody else is, like, going through the fucking castle.
just
And
enjoying it.
it was just, yeah, like, like, whatever. And the gargoyle and this, they're not even hitting each other. They're just going back and forth, but everybody's being quiet because they're like, we can't attract more things. So it's like the two rogues in silence having, like, this giant ninja fight with this gargoyle, but nobody could hit each other. And finally, they were just like, just do it, just kill it.
Just kill the damn thing. Hearing this makes me want to do this on the D&D cruise, but I'm poor. Yeah, that's the damn thing about the cruise. That's the worst part, right? I wish we could just have our own boat and be like, we're parking it here. Everyone get
Well,
on. We're gonna play some
instead,
games.
I was like, well, instead, you can look me up and come and have me DM for you anyway.
Fact. That is true. You don't have to be on the boat. He is open. Mood. That is the way to do it. Yeah, I am really glad about like the start playing stuff. So you could look him up on start playing for any of his other game slots, or have a chance to win here today, which is great. Um, on the term of projects, I have, this is probably like my interesting question.
Mhm.
Last week it was unexpected answer from GM Tim, so I'm curious to see what you are. So I have now transformed into a billionaire with a moon full of money, and I say, I will fund whatever project you want. What do you want to do? Money and time is of no object. What's your dream project?
I'm working on it, man. I told you I really do. I want to do start playing. I want to do this Kickstarter for it, and I really just like, so, like, I'm gonna get, like, really weird. I'm just gonna get really personal for a second.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, growing up, I was like, I didn't have a lot. I didn't do a lot of stuff. Like, I had friends that I went to stay at their house, and, like, if I didn't stay at their house, then, like, honestly, I lived in squat houses.
Mm,
Like, until I went to college, I was in a weird situation.
yeah.
And one of the things we used to do to, like, get through that, especially, like, winter times, because I grew up in Baltimore, we would, like, tell stories. And so, like, the world that I built is based on the stories that we used to tell when we were kids.
Mm,
And So like storytelling and like telling stories together has always been like a big thing. Like, as a kid, you always been like, especially like back when I like in like the '90s, we were like, yo, we want to be comic book writers. We want to write for Marvel or DC or
Yeah.
and I just wanted to tell stories to people. I honestly just wanted people to be okay. Like that was a big thing for me. Like you should feel like you're okay because there was very few days in my life that I got to feel that way
Yeah.
growing up. So telling stories together is like a huge thing for me. It's one of the reasons I started my esports company was because it was the first time I ever saw everybody from every walk of life come together was a gaming a Super Smash Brother N64 tournament. And it was the first time I ever saw every class of people come together to do something that wasn't football or basketball.
The unifier.
And I was like, I'm gonna make sure that I can do this for the rest of my life. And so I did. And but like telling stories together, but this world I've been building for 30 years of my life, basically. And if I could just put this in print and get people that want the only reason I need to do a Kickstarter, honestly,
Mhm.
is because I need art. I want art from other people. I don't want to do all the art for it.
Yeah.
I want I want a collective of every kind of art style you could imagine
Mhm.
so that everybody can come together. I want this to be a universal like world that everybody's touched. And anybody who ever plays in it has a canon moment in it.
Oh
It's like a
man.
huge deal to me.
Yeah.
And because of that, like it's not even like about like, oh, I need to go make a whole bunch of money. Like I don't give a fuck about that. I've made money in my life.
Yeah.
I want to give something that like as a world, if you play in it, you feel like you've like affected it in some way
Yeah.
and been a part of it and helped it grow. And that's my thing. I've been trying to do this for so long. And that I'm just like, I finally put my foot down like last year and I was like, look, I've gotten so many years worth of this in. I've got all these notes and all this stuff. And like, I mean, Faye has Nilla put together a Goblin notebook that has to be like, I think Goblin notebook's gonna like, kick her off of it because of how much information's on it. And like, but like we have all this stuff and all these stories in it. And if I can just get that, like, if I could publish that, that's it. That's my dream. I'm
Yeah.
done. I've done. I have my kids. My kid's gonna surpass me at some point. It's gonna be wonderful, and that's it. But like, I mean, I've owned my restaurants. I've owned things. I've done everything in my life that I like. But this is like the thing that like my dream, and that's what I'm working on.
Was the major bucket list item.
Yeah.
No, and it's super cool. I mean, to work on something like that, it's like most people say, oh, my bucket list is climb a mountain, visit tropical beaches, write a book. Yours is like, I'm gonna write all the books in one shot.
I
Not just
mean,
one. It's a whole creative work. Oh, a system behind it, a book, coordinate art. It's a big one.
yeah. I just want.
Feywild, she said, I
I
need to
need
re up my
the.
sub because I can't add more.
Yeah. No. I need. I just need. I just want to be able. I want to be able to pay artists
Hmm,
for their work,
yeah,
and so I need a Kickstarter
yeah. It's
because
expensive.
I could put it all together myself and do it, but like
Yeah,
I want art from everybody because I want it to feel like this big collaborative, wonderful thing that it is, not just me.
yeah. No, and it makes sense, and it is really nice to do that because it also shares the love, right? Because as
Right.
much it is like GMs need to eat, artists need to eat, everyone needs to do that, and it's like we all want to do these things, and it kind of has like because I was talking to GM Tim about this last week. It is always weird when you mix like passions with like finances, like to say like I really love D&D, I love GMing, I'd love to do it with everyone, but I cannot. So then the
Right.
parsing system becomes like I'm going to sell seats to make sure I can a exist to be here, or either that or be 6 feet in the ground. Uh, and it's cool like that, especially it's like a community crowd fund to build out the world and then get art. It's helping a bunch of creatives
Yeah.
do the thing, so it's always commendable. And that's just how the world works, right? Like, and getting a bunch of artists is probably gonna be a really fun part, right? So like, imagine you have the Kickstarter succeed. Do you have any art or art styles that you've been eyeballing to reach
So
out to people?
I actually have a bunch of artists that I have been talking to.
Nice.
Um one of them helped do a bunch of the Nickelodeon's Avatar stuff,
Oh dang.
and then I have there's another woman who she already did some artwork for us, which is cool. I paid for her to do character
Hmm.
models for a bunch of different characters, and her art style is just really fun and beautiful. But I also would like to get a couple people together to do some like real grim dark stuff because everything I do somehow slowly turns into Dark Souls. And
It's like Crab. Everything evolves into Crab. It's like everything evolves
right,
into Dark Souls.
like I don't mean for it to always like because I have this whole like saying is like as a DM when you come sit at my table I want you to hit the entire emotional spectrum,
Hmm.
and I'm very good at doing that I think, but I also because I'm very good at like the existential horror side of it, I think that's what people remember the most,
Oh yeah.
and I'm just like yeah okay. But we also belly laughed at a whole bunch of this other shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, like, yeah, but that was terrifying. I'm like, oh, okay, well, it's fine. So,
Horrifying, horrifying situations. You need the gallows humor to get through it. You know.
yeah, exactly.
Oh, heck yeah. No, that seems super cool. So hopefully, we'll get to chat again, and you'll have more information for us to start getting to back in it. I know it's a huge project though. Like, what do you think is the biggest hurdle right now? Just kind of getting it all out of the brain, out of the notebooks, and organized to structure. Like, what's the challenge that you're facing?
So, like, yeah, the structure, I have a cool structure for it. Actually, I think I've been like really working on it. Like I said, I believe that like truly, I think my biggest hurdle for it right now is I just want it to look dope. Like I truly want collective artwork for all of it, and I don't want it to just be one thing. And I don't want to put it be I don't want to be like, oh, this is attached to Daggerheart. Like I want it to be like this could be used in any system. It's just a world guide. And that is weird. Because I want to be this thing where like I want to do this thing where it's like and here's the monster manual of all the things. But like then it's like so do I just make that in Daggerheart format or do I do that in Daggerheart and D&D? Oh, but then people play Pathfinder. And I'm like
Mm-hmm.
so
GURPS.
like that yeah, and that too. And like or like, just all this stuff and I'm just like, dude, I don't oof. Okay, those are tiers now
Yeah.
on you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Hey, and that may be how it has to go, right? Because like usually you'll
right,
see settings books, and they'll come out and they'll say we have our own setting, but it's compatible with D&D. Where
right,
you're like, I'm going setting first, and then we'll adapt it as needed to different systems on. I mean, you
right.
can't go wrong, really. You choose what D&D, Daggerheart, and a couple other critical systems, and you got it covered. But it is a lot of work. I can't imagine like how
Yeah.
hard was it, or not hard? How hard or long was it to convert Strahd to Daggerheart for you?
It took me a solid like weekend and a couple days.
Yeah.
And but like and when I but like, you need to understand when I say that, I mean like I watched like I sat down on a Friday afternoon and was like, "All right, I'm gonna convert Strahd. Put Breaking Bad on the TV." And then as Breaking Bad was ending, I was like, "I'm done." You know what I mean? Like
You look up
we
and you're like, the sun is here. I shall continue my labors.
right, like I watched like the entire series of Breaking Bad over the course of 4 days and converted Strahd, or another funny one was like, man, this is about to show me.
Hmm.
During COVID, we were watching just shows that came out when we were younger that we had never watched before. So I wrote my first campaign watching Dawson's Creek.
Hey, let's get that early '90s going on.
Oh yeah,
Dawson's Creek. Hey,
ridiculous. It
heck
was
yeah,
ridiculous. I
yeah.
was like,
Sounds
man,
like a
what
good
the
time though. Something to write to. Someone said, "Oh no."
I was man, I was writing. I'm writing like death scenes and stuff, and friggin' Pacey in the background's like trying to sleep with his teacher, and I'm like, this is so polarizing. Keep going,
Sure to affect the gameplay.
right?
Heck yeah. Well, it sounds like you're gonna have to stock up on a lot of shows to go through a whole settings book because it sounds like you got what years and years of content built up to convert. Not only that is like just to get it on paper, figure out all the project work behind it, and then start doing the conversions. Do you think you'll start with Daggerfall first or Daggerheart first?
I would definitely do Daggerheart first. I love it so much.
Hmm.
But like just to give you like a funny idea, like I have like 3 planets worth of information.
Wait,
like
does the tiny
like
little rogue's remaining land still count from the first campaign?
no, that thing's gone.
That's just
Um,
gone. Okay.
yeah, that set up the next stuff that did this all this. It was just fun.
Nice. Nice. Man, 3 worlds of stuff. No, that's pretty cool though. I hope you can. I hope you can make it through that. You got a lot of TV shows to burn through.
We got
let's
it. We
let's see what
got
we
it.
got here. So it's cool. That's
Well,
what
it
you
was
have going on.
cool. Is like I have a lot of it. Like we have, I have a lot of it set up. Like we have a lot of it already categorized. Like I said, we have like a Goblin Notebook. I have tons of Google Drives full of stuff that are like already set up. I like my big thing is I really do need I need artists that want to be part of it. And like that's my big thing. I really should reach out to people, but I want to pay them. Like I don't want people to work for free. It was the reason why my esports organization was successful. It's the reason, honestly, just to talk about it funnily,
Yeah.
it's one of the reasons my restaurants were so um uh like they worked so well is because I didn't pay server minimum wage. I paid regular minimum wage to my servers.
Hey, none of that $4.20
Like
or whatever it
no,
is.
no. My servers made money, and if you tipped them, that was great for you.
Yeah.
But like because the happier your servers are, the better quality of everything that's going to happen. And like they're the first thing that they're the they're the entrance to your experience in my restaurant. So I want my servers to be taken care of.
Yeah. No, that
And
makes
it's one of
sense.
the reasons we got a Michelin star. Like it was a big deal to me.
Yeah.
So
You got 100% in the chat from Foo. Little
hell yeah.
bias, little artist, little bias going on there.
So like I don't want to have artists that like don't get me wrong, I would love for artists to come to me and be like, dude, I want to work on this with you. It sounds so cool.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, yo, I love you for that. When I can pay you, we'll talk.
Yeah.
I don't want free art. I don't want it.
Yeah.
I want to hand you money.
Yeah. And that's why things like Kickstarter exist. You get like
Right.
you get to create it, and I'm glad for that. Like crowdfunding really did open up a lot of room for creatives to succeed by letting other people that are like, I like your vision, I want to back it, I trust that you're going to be able to do it, and then you go and you make the decision, say like, hey, artists, which ones are good, which one will fulfill the theme, the
Yeah.
vision. So I don't know. I'm really glad for that. They have crowdfunding, crowd equity, all kinds of stuff.
Heck yeah.
I wonder how much do you think, and this might be putting the cart before the horse because you're far out from this, right? Is like, what do you think the goal would have to be for it? Like your ideal goal, not just like, oh, this is our minimum, like based on the amount of art that you would need in a book.
I think it's such a weird thing to think about, but like my ideal goal for the whole thing would probably be like 10K. Like it, and like it's funny that I say that, like because like in the esports space, me going to look for 10K would have been like so silly. Like people would have been like, go away. And
Go away.
because it's a low number in esports. Like to sponsor my esports teams, we used to go get like I think I think the biggest one we ever had was OSI spent like $80,000 for 4 months worth of sponsorship on us.
Oh, I believe it.
And like we had bigger ones too, like when we were working with like cars and stuff like that, like silly stuff like that. So like going up to somebody, like could you imagine going to like Coca-Cola and be like, we need 10K, and they'd be like, go away.
It's funny
Like,
because yeah, the lower, like to them, the low number means like you're not even worth our marketer talking to you at
right.
this point, and it doesn't matter to
And
us, which is a
so
shame because the impact is huge.
it's such a shame. And that's one of the things I used to think about was like, man, I can't go ask Rockstar or Red Bull for $10,000 because they'd literally be like, they'd laugh you out the room. Whereas like, you work with like Bloody Gaming, which is like a bunch of peripherals, and them giving me 10K would have been like, dude, it's gonna break our bank. So I'd be like, cool, let's give me some mice and some stuff I could throw. Like, let me sell your stuff so we can make the money.
Yeah.
And that was always a big deal too. But thinking about it in the terms of like I being like, yeah, for TTRPGs, I just want 10K. I just want like $10,000 to pay a bunch of people to make this look as cool as possible and to make sure that it sounds cohesive, because I'm not an editor. I feel like I'm a decent writer, but who knows until I put it in the hands of somebody who actually is a good writer. So,
Same, dude, same. Like I'll write something and look back at it and be like, was I drunk? Like what was I writing here?
And so like, yeah, like that's it. Like, and then of course there's like I always think that like there's like costs to doing the publishing and like putting it out there. And so like So like in my head, I'm like, yeah, I need like $6,000. I can go give to a bunch of artists, and then like a couple thousand to do like the overhead cost of like the silly stuff,
Yeah.
and then like $1,000 to do this and that. But like I think it all comes around like $10,000, and I'm like,
Yeah.
if I could throw that together, I'd love it because
I'd
I'd
buy
get
it.
to publish this thing.
You gotta make a real nice collector's edition. I'm all for that. Like the books that I
Oh
got
yeah.
back here, I usually try to get like the nice collector's ones.
Oh
I
yeah,
would
me
be
too.
proud to have your book on my shelf.
Ah man, just stop. Try.
Well, something we
I was
have to
like,
look forward to.
I'm so easy to make like tear up over stuff like this
That's good.
because like people dream about like doing I legitimately understand that like there are people who like doing the stuff that I've done as a career in my life is like people's dreams.
Mm.
Like I ran an esports company and live events, and I ran Comic Cons for the past 20 years of my life. Like this is what I did for a living. Like, and people are like, dude, how'd you get there? And I'm like, man, let me tell you, I got really lucky. Like,
Well, it also
and
seems like from what I know on the stories that you're telling here is also like you envision what you want to do and you actually go for it, which is where I see a lot of
yeah.
people fail is they get too much of the, like, oh, I'm not that person or like I can't do this thing. And you need a little bit of that to keep you sane, but it seems like you find a vision and you reach out for it, which is great.
Well, like the other thing is like, man, let me tell you, everybody's that person. Like, there's it's this funny thing though, like when people tell me like, oh man, I could never stream for a living. I'm like, man, I've seen some people stream for a living that I truly think are stupid. And then but then like they got more followers than I got when I used to stream. And I was one of the bigger streamers in the world when I did it. And then I'm watching these guys, or like there's like what was it? There's like the huge fad where like people are doing like mukbangs and like the NPC thing. And I'm like, look, man, everybody can be a streamer at this
There's an
point.
audience for everything.
You just gotta find your thing and you gotta be consistent with it and whatever. And then but like truly, like, man, I didn't plan this. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you're right. I was like, it was luck, man. I like,
Well, you have
and
a
then I
great support system too, because I mean, like you got thrown in a GMing, which is now kind of a cornerstone for you. It was like a thing from friends saying like, I know you, you're gonna
yeah.
be bomb as hell at this, so you're doing it, and you're like, nah, and you're like,
I was like,
okay,
nah.
maybe.
Yeah, and then like everybody, and then they made this post, and they're like, "Yeah, well, we're setting up this like you should message them." And it's funny because one of the people that messaged me now is my roommate upstairs. Like she lives with us, and they're awesome. They're
Hell
my
yeah,
like they're my found family.
yeah, yeah. That's what you
But
go
like
for.
even like the people that play on the cruise ship with me, like I love everybody I've ever played with. Like truly, I could tell stories about almost every single person that I've played on the cruise with. Like I'm so so sad I can't be there this year. You have no idea.
Yeah. Well,
Like
we
it
hold out hope still.
killed me.
It's not over yet.
It's true. It's not over yet.
It's not
I'm
over
trying
yet.
my best.
We gotta
If
hope
I
in
can,
January things pick up. So everyone knows like we're still open for sales and we're doing our thing, but Waystark won't be with us there this year yet. We're gonna see how it
yeah.
has to go. So
If I if I can scoop a decent gig and pay for phase ticket, I'll be there
yeah,
because that's all I'd like I said, I just need to have my +1 and then I'm good.
that's right. That's right. I see Feywild over here. She put a little emoji and put yet.
That's because she won't let me say we're not going until it's like the day before.
Yeah,
She'll be like,
yeah.
no. She'll be packed, and I'll be like, we're really not going. Like,
It's never over till it's over.
right?
So Drunken Panda said it's a trap. I would also get one of these still theoretical awesome collector's editions. Hell yeah.
Yo,
Hell yeah.
Drunken Panda, man. I hope, man. I hope everybody in this freaking thing comes and plays with us. By the way, even if like if you look me up and come find me, right now I'm running this huge West Marches thing where like people are just jumping in and out. You're probably gonna die at some point, so make sure you make more than one character. But like, it's the thing. It's one thing that I gotta say that like I don't think that like a lot of my newer players have realized is that like I'm pretty brutal about. I'll never take I'll never take a PC away from you. So like if you die, I'll be like, we can go on a quest and find them. But like, man, will I kill you?
I'm gonna put your link in chat. Let me put this
Yeah.
here because
Yes,
he's gonna
please.
check
Everybody
out.
come hang out in our community, man. I'm always doing something. I'm actually gonna start streaming again full time soon. So that's good.
Hey, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Can I kickstart Faye on the boat? So nice. Yeah, that's one of the things. This community is like, I don't know how we get so lucky. Whatever's happening, whatever's in the water, I'm not gonna complain because um yeah, like you always hear nightmare stories from events, and like the people that we have, we're just super fortunate as far as people that go.
I actually have a really wildly funny story about one of the people on the boat. So the very first year I was with you guys, um my first group, we sat down and everybody was sitting there, and we had like a bunch of people that were like old hats to D&D, and then we had but they were all couples, and then we had one single person there, and she actually came with her grandparents, and her grandparents like, I'm not playing that game, we're gonna go have fun, you do your thing. And she ended up being the face of the party. Everybody was like, oh, everybody was like, oh, you're the, and she's like a really quiet person, and they were like, nope, you're the face of the party, so have fun. And so she enjoyed playing with me so much that I was like, I'm gonna be here next year. And she immediately bought a ticket sitting on the cruise in front of me to request me to be your DM again. And I was like, dude, that's so heartwarming. Thank you so much.
The face of the
And
game.
then so she came back that second year, and she was playing, and now she's like one of my like main people that sit in my Discord and hang out and play with us. We
Hell
played
yeah.
3 times. We've just got done playing 3 times this week. Because because
That's awesome.
if anybody doesn't know, I DM like 18 times a week. It's fucking ridiculous at this point.
That's
But like,
yeah, we were talking about this before the call started. And I was like, man, I do like 1 or 2 games and I'm smoked for the week. Like that many games? You'd
I
have to
took
winch
the
me
night.
out of my house at that point.
I took the night off tonight to do this, and then when I leave here, I'm gonna go join the game and
Straight jump in.
yeah.
Man, your DM hat is probably on more in your waking hours than your normal like earthling hat.
There's no earthling hat here. I'm a timeless
Just pure
being.
forever GM in the truest sense.
That's right. I'm a timeless being here. Thank you.
This player visited a couple weeks ago to play in person. Damn, that's cool. That is super cool.
Yeah, I do.
Actually,
I do events. So because I'm not a chef anymore, what I
mhm.
do is I have all my friends. I have all these people fly in, and then I'll do these giant meals for everybody while we DM.
Oh hell yeah.
And so like I'll be like, oh, let me put together this 12 course like Michelin star event meal for everybody, and like with like tapas and like tasting plates and all this stuff. And then I'll be like, great, are you all full? You're all good? Okay, let me go and now traumatize you for the
Now I'm gonna TPK the shit out of you.
right.
That's excellent. So let's see if we can go. We got 3 seats to give away. It's gonna be for a. I guess canonically that means if they play, they're gonna be in your world. So
They will, yes.
that's pretty friggin' awesome.
So actually, I can tell you about it right now.
Yeah.
This one shot will be you all coming together because there is a phoenix that is being born, and if you can actually go get the egg, then the town that you're in will control the birth of this big creature.
Ooh.
And it canonically is a big deal.
That's awesome. Well fed and traumatized. Nice. You got to get balance on it. So we're gonna do this a little weird because we're doing it on Twitch and YouTube. So if you're listening right now, whenever this delay happens, I'm gonna wait and start seeing until numbers come out. But guess a number between 1 and 50. Type it in chat, and either the ones who land on it exactly are gonna keep doing like repeat rounds until we have 3 winners, or whoever's closest for the first 3. So put a number between 1 and 50 in chat, and then I shall reveal the number here, which should pop up any second because of the YouTube and or Twitch delay.
Right.
All right, we got a 27.
Uh-oh.
Okay, let's see. We got one coming in, a 42. Okay. Let's see. Hey, if we only get 3, that's a full game. We're at 3. Let's hit some time. 17. 33. Oh, we got 2 33s. A 23. That's what's up. 8.
8. Let's go.
8. Someone's going under the 10 cap here.
Dude, I hope you did that. That'd be funny as hell.
Being close.
And
Oh,
the winner is 5. Like,
I chose 1. Ha. Let's see here. No, it's pretty cool. All right, we'll give it a couple more minutes, see if it is. So if you got your number and you just hear and you're frantically trying to get back to your computer, put that number in, and then we will reveal rule number 5. What's
It's
rule
a
number
big
5?
it's a big joke, and we did this whole campaign, and this one character like kept being like, well, rule number 5 of being a barbarian is blah 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 blah, and then they'd be like, rule number 5 is blah blah blah, and then it just kept happening. Like every episode was a new rule number 5. So
Rule number 5, it shifts every time.
yeah,
Rule number 5 is learn rule number 5. How many got here?
that's what
One,
it
two,
is. Yes,
three. Okay, okay. All right, I think we're good. We're going to reveal it. This is crazy because
it's
33.
33.
Two of you with 33 on there. So we got that. That was nuts that you guys nailed that. So let's see. So we got Feywild,
That's funny.
Torioto. Who's closest next? 42, 27, 33. 27? Yeah, 27 is
Yeah,
next closest. So Shy Guy Spirit. Hey,
the
you're going to
shy
get to
guy
play it.
spirit. All right.
Shy Guy Spirit. All right. So if you were close to that number, let me put them here in chat. We're going to have to DM you. I think I could DM through here, right? So we're going to say if you got closest to 33, which is Feywild, Shy Guy Spirit. Oop. And I got to go to the other chat. Not 5, not 5. Shit, now I should do 5. Nope. Backtrack on that. And then Shy Guy Spirit, Feywild, and who's the other one? Torioto. Torioto.
Corioto's a badass name.
Torioto. Yeah. Email info@event.cruises. Cruises. And we will get you set up. And then you guys, we'll get the date and all that to play and all that. Let's see.
Yeah, we'll figure out a Friday that everybody's available.
Yeah. Oh, I need to put a space here. That's how. Well, Twitch doesn't like spaces. That's okay. So there we go. Just email us. What was this for? You're gonna be able to play that D&D game. Canonically, you're gonna get to do a Friday one shot with GM Waystark. I like that you just were like, he said, guess a number. I'm in. Like,
Yeah, he was like, hell
I
yeah.
said, whoever's closest to the number is getting banned from chat. Like,
That would have worked on me.
that would have worked on me. I still would have put a number in just to
I
win.
almost, I'm sitting here. I'm sitting here watching the Twitch. I almost put a number in and I'm here. I was
Just
like, no, I don't want to
because.
win.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
it's
want
a
to win.
fun
But
one.
hold on.
Get some numbers out of here. Yeah. Well, that's cool. Thank you. Yeah, and these are sponsored by us and GM Waystark for taking some time to do this, so we appreciate that. And I appreciate you taking some time. We're at our hour here. I got another
The
meeting to
shy
go with
guy
the
said to
crew.
pass it to the next.
Oh, I'm good. Wouldn't have time. Pass it to the next. Okay, so who was next then?
Oh,
Let's
no,
see.
throw it to Panda.
The guessing number was the game. Okay, so Feywild, Torioto, and Zombie. I think it was Zombie. Chat engagement was the game. That was all it was. Chat engagement. Big brain marketing power.
Right.
So Zombie. Yeah, Zombie just Zombie also.
Shoot. Yo, for everybody watching though, for real, my name on Discord's Waywatcher with a capital W, and just add me.
Yeah, that also works if you're in the Discord. Just go for it, and we'll set it up. So we'll be good. The guessing number was the game. So cool. Yeah, man, I appreciate it. I'm super hyped that we got to chat, learn a little bit more about you. You're
Yeah,
awesome,
man.
and I truly cannot wait to see when you are pushing the Kickstarter and showing the world off and getting the art. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
man.
in.
It's gonna happen. It's
Just
gonna happen soon.
Yep, and just keep us up to date. We're all on
Yeah,
Discord. We're all in there, and then
definitely.
we'll.
Yeah, yeah. Shoot, I know I bug you more than you want me to.
No, you bug us the right amount.
Yo,
Just
but
kiss.
for real, wait, no, I've got you here. You
Wait.
need to let me. You need to let me be part of this battle bar. So you know how big much of a Warhammer
Uh,
fan I am. You have no idea.
well, that's why we were trying the Wrath and Glory thing. It seems like if we can get it to grow a little bit more, then we probably will do the same thing, like the Warhammer RPG stuff and the wargaming stuff.
I'm so in for all of it. No, but for real,
Oh,
let
yeah.
me run. Let me run the stuff for all the DMs. I will take care of it.
Oh yeah, that's the
Anyway.
one. We didn't talk about that on stream. That was pre-stream.
Yeah,
So
it
one of the
was.
things for y'all in chat and in the community, it was like we're trying to do more stuff off the cruise years and like engage some of the crew more to do things. And like this, instead of throwing money at like Facebook, or like other big companies, we're like, well, we can sponsor seats for the GMs. The guests will have a good time, GMs will have a good time, and we'll build up some lore leading into the year. So we're thinking about if things go well enough to do like an ongoing West March's campaign or shared setting leading up to the cruise each year. To get people mixing. Oh yeah,
I
get
have a
people
great
mixing more.
world for this.
Yeah, you also mentioned you already run West Marches, which is nuts at large scale. Well, cool. We'll definitely talk more about that. We're gonna have to like
Yeah,
percolate, get some ideas, see how we go. But
no
uh,
worries.
appreciate you, appreciate all you guys watching, and hopefully we'll see you next week.
Heck yeah.